Mindy and James and Lucas, and we're talking to you from Nairobi, Kenya. And can you, James, tell everybody how many miles this is from California? Talk into the check.
10,000 miles.
10,000 miles away. So we are really across the world. And we wanted to say thanks so much for sending us all those letters that you guys sent us. We really, really appreciated getting them. What a fun surprise for our family. We thought that we would take a little bit of time, since you guys took so much time, to answer some of the questions that you guys had in your letters so that you could get some answers. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of go through the letters and ask James and Lucas the questions, and then they can give you an answer, so you can have answers to your questions, okay? So we're going to move locations. We're sitting right now in a fort that James and Lucas made, and we thought we could make the tape from here, but it's a little bit uncomfortable for me, so we're going to move. But they've made a pretty special fort we call these compounds. It's a place where we live that has huge walls around it with jagged glass on the walls. Lucas, can you tell them why there's jagged glass all over the walls?
Because so like the bad people don't come in.
Yeah, there's a lot of robbery here, and so that's part of the reason. Okay, we're going to move locations, and we'll start answering those questions in just a second. Okay, we're at another location now, and I think this will be better. A lot of you asked about where the boys go to school. I'm going to let Lucas tell a little bit about it, and then James. Can you tell him the name of your school?
Roslyn Academy.
And how is it different from school in America? He's having a hard time thinking. James wants to say.
You have to pay money.
Okay. It's like a private school. It's very expensive. It's an American school here in Africa, but if you want to go to an American type of school, you've got to pay a lot of money. Okay, Lucas wants to tell you something.
For the bus ride, it's $500.
Okay, they have to ride a bus across town, and that is how much it costs. It costs a whole lot.
1 hour of bus ride.
What time do you leave in the morning, James?
6:55.
And what time do you get back?
5 o'clock. 5 o'clock.
So that's another thing that's different. It's a very, very long day. Can you buy lunches there?
Yes.
But why don't you?
Because it costs 2,400 shillings, and you have to buy for the whole month. Tell me what shillings are.
Okay, how much is that in American dollars?
I don't know.
It's about $25 now. Yes, it is. Oh, 30. Yeah, $30 for the month. And the other thing is, you can't just sign up for one day at a time. You have to, if you're going to buy lunches, you have to decide to buy it for the whole month. So that's hard. What kind of teachers do you have?
A very nice teacher, but not as nice as you, Pat.
Do you wish Pat was your teacher?
Of course.
Yeah. Where'd they get to go for their field trip that you want to go really bad?
The giraffe.
Knott's Berry Farm. Yeah, we all want to go there. We're jealous that you guys got to go there for a field trip. Lucas, tell them where you went for a field trip.
I went to this place called the Animal Orphanage.
What's an animal orphanage?
Well, it's like a zoo.
Okay.
And there's a blind gorilla. He throws stuff and he hit a guy and got nailed.
Okay.
And we went to place called the Giraffe Park, and it's where you can feed the giraffes. You go up on a ledge, like platform, and the giraffes are waiting, and then you can like feed them. And then we went to this other place called the Carnivore, and it's where you can get all this food, and there's a big playground. It's so awesome.
I think the class, if they saw the video, they might have seen the carnivore restaurant on our last video. So that's what Lucas is talking about.
Cool.
The Animal Orphanage is where they take animals that have a problem from the Kenya Wildlife Game Park. And so what kind of other animals do they have there? James?
Leopards, zebras. Zebras that just free. One kicked me. And it really hurt. I cried.
Okay. There's lions, gorillas, monkeys, hippos. These little cute little baby hippos that are really cute.
They're fat.
Yeah. We got to play with the leopard and the cheetah.
Yeah, he bit me, and I just liked it. He was very small.
Okay.
He's a cool guy.
So these field trips are a little bit different from what you guys get to do, but we're pretty much in the mood to go to Knott's Berry Farm.
Museum and all that.
Okay, yeah, James is going to be going to a snake museum. Okay, the school is pretty much the same except for that long bus ride across town and really, really expensive. You asked some other questions that we want to give you some answers to. Somebody asked if the boys had any pets. Okay. James, you want to talk a little bit about that?
Well, we had some chameleons with 3 horns. They looked like Triceratops dinosaurs, only smaller. And you can find them all over and stuff.
Are they safe to let them crawl all over you?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. And how do they eat?
They stick their tongues out and they catch flies.
Okay.
Their tongues are really long.
Okay. Let's stick with the chameleon for a minute. What kind of area do we live in? Is it good for a chameleon?
No,
Why?
because there's barely any trees and it's only a rotten street.
It's a lot of rocks on our street, I think is what Lucas is trying to say. And it's not good. They need a lot of greenery. So our chameleons have all escaped and gone to where it's pretty. So they are gone, but we find them all the time and keep them for a couple days. What else? What other kind of animal have we had, Lucas?
Bunnies.
How do they sell their bunnies here?
Street kids are like kids that no one take care of them. They have ragged clothes. And they sell them, and like you can get them from like stores, and like that's how you get your bunny.
Well, not at like a pet store though. They stand on the side of the road and they hold up tiny little bunnies.
Yeah, and that's what they do with all the fruit too.
Right. What happened to our first bunny?
You
want to tell about
a cat, it came and it got it, and my mom just left it for a couple of days. Then I looked inside one day and I saw it dead.
Okay. We've decided this just isn't a real good place for animals, so we'll probably not get any more. A couple of you asked about what the weather's like over here. I think some people think that it's always burning hot here in Africa. Is that true, Lucas?
No, it rains a lot and very hard.
When it rains, what happens to our streets?
They get flooded, and it's like they're over the car's tires.
Yeah,
Or almost 2 feet deep.
you guys have had a lot of floods, we hear too, but right now we're in what's called the long rainy season, and it's supposed to be raining a whole bunch, but it's just kind of been going on and off. I've noticed that it seems to rain mostly really hard at night, and then it kind of doesn't do it as much during the day. Do we have big electrical storms?
Yeah. Yes.
Yes, lots of thunder and lightning too. It's actually, the weather here reminds me of a lot of LA, La Mirada weather. It's very, very similar. You sometimes need a little sweater in the morning, but by afternoon it's pretty warm. Okay, now, here's a couple other questions I found in your letters. Somebody asked about the mosquitoes over here. Are there a lot of mosquitoes, Lucas?
Yes, tons. And there's certain kinds of mosquitoes that if you get bit by one, it's called malaria, and you get very, very sick.
So how do we protect ourselves at night?
A mosquito net.
Yeah, we sleep with these nets over our beds, and that helps us from getting bothered by mosquitoes all night. Otherwise, they don't bother us too much during the day, do they?
No.
Okay. Some of you asked what sports the boys play. And they don't play on any organized sports team, but they do end up playing lots of sports. James, can you tell them what kind of sports you play?
We play a lot of baseball, field hockey, and soccer.
Okay.
They call soccer here football.
Okay, yes. Whenever we say we're going to go play football, we're really going to play soccer. The kids on our street, how do they play soccer? What kind of shoes do they wear? What kind of ball do they play with? Tell us about it.
Well, they don't wear any shoes.
Are their toes really tough?
Yeah.
There's a lot of bloody toes often out there, but they're very tough feet.
Yeah.
And what happens if you are? Don't we have the only ball on the street?
Yeah.
So if you guys don't bring the ball out, what kind of ball do they play with?
Like tore up balls that are not like pumped up with holes for them. But they also make balls with rope and bags.
Okay.
Yeah.
Or sometimes they just use a plastic jug, like a jug that we would look at as a small milk jug or something, and then they kick that thing around too.
Okay, Stan's joined us for a little bit. Yeah, so they don't have balls the way we do over there. And since we have the only ball on the street, sometimes does it cause problems? And why would that cause problems, you guys?
Because they always want us to bring out the ball and play.
Okay.
Never get. And if we don't bring it out, they get really mad at us. And sometimes they say like, "I'll kill you," or they say like, "I'll beat you." And so we go tell Dad, and that's how we handle our problems. And most of the times we just say, "Well, we don't have to bring it out. You're not the boss of the ball."
Yeah, sometimes that ball causes a lot of problems. And that's too bad, but it's hard sometimes being the ones that are the owners of the ball, because then they kind of want to boss you around and always want to play with it. They are pretty violent out there, the kids, aren't they?
Yep.
Yeah. And they do, like Lucas says, the way they handle their problems is getting violent. They say, "I'll beat you." And they say, and then they slap and they hit a lot, don't they?
Yep. Face.
And it's kind of violent, so that's something we have to always be thinking about.
I always have to get in fights with them.
Yeah, but we don't want to fight, do
I
we? So like
know.
Lucas says, he's learned to come and tell us when there's a problem.
It's too hard to.
Okay, we want to tell you a little bit about food over here in Africa. In some ways it's really different, and in some ways it's a lot the same. What food do you guys really miss the most? Lucas?
I miss Golden Grams.
Okay, James?
Everything.
Everything.
Me too. But we have American cereal here because there's barely any, but they make it, and it's super expensive.
Right. I think we all get really lonesome for cereal. Cereal's expensive in America, but if you think it's expensive there, you should buy it here. It costs sometimes $10 a box, and it's not that big of a box. So we just found a very special deal at a store the other day, and we were able to get some American cereal for about
$150.
$3.50 a box.
No.
So that was good. So we miss cereal. We miss, the milk is kind of different here too. Tell them how it comes. James?
And milk cartons.
Well, not the kind we
Not
buy.
cartons, but cardboard boxes.
No?
Cardboard things.
Triangles.
Triangles. No, not triangles, but there's other kind of milk called Brookside. They get sour in one day.
Yeah, you have to be careful because the milk goes bad really fast, but we buy it in these little triangles.
And it stays good for a long, long time.
They,
Flowers.
Lucas doesn't like it. They also... Oh, sorry about that. Okay. They also eat some unusual kind of meats here. Probably one of the main meats that they eat every day, almost all the people, is goat.
Mutton.
Sorry. Okay, we were telling you about the goat meat that people eat here, and even last night we had some goat meat in a little Indian food called samosas, and they're really good, and I have to say, it was the best food that I'd had with goat meat. And it kind of tasted like ground beef, but sometimes it has a stronger flavor than that. James, you don't like it?
I don't like the fat of it.
Okay. What do the Africans mostly eat?
Ugali. They eat ugali and greens.
Okay, you better explain what ugali is.
Ugali is like cornmeal, and like you mix it with water. Well, you have a pan, and then it's like mush.
Okay,
Only
it's kind of stiff, huh?
Yeah, it's stiff. And greens are like,
Yeah, it's called, what is it called in African?
Sukumawiki.
And it's like any kind of greens they can find. Spinach leaves, or I saw a lady just picking weeds out here the other day, and I know that's what she was going to use it for. And what do they put with it?
Fat.
Okay, fat of some kind, and what else?
Butter. Tomatoes.
Onions.
Meat.
Okay,
For special occasions.
okay. And that's what the Africans eat. How about the Asians? What's a lot of their food?
Yes, really spicy food.
Okay.
And they have chapatis. Chapatis are African and Asian. They're fried bread.
Okay, so those are very good, don't you think?
Yes.
How about, what kind of things can you guys get up at the dukkha here? You better tell them what a dukkha is.
Well, it's like a little shop. Only it's not in a building. It's just like little wood stores.
Okay.
And they like get bags and they sell like candy. And we're allowed to go in every one by our street.
Okay. And you mean behind them and go inside and stuff and
Yeah.
help the guys, huh?
You probably saw it on the video.
Yeah. And there's one now, we just got a new dukkha that has chapatis and tea. And what else do they have?
Samosas.
No, not samosas.
Yes, they do. Mandazis.
What does a mandazi taste like?
Fried bread.
Or kind of like a donut in a way, huh?
It's more like fried bread.
Okay, good. Yeah. We get really lonesome for foods, like we said. The ice cream tastes different here. The milk tastes different. The butter tastes different. The tomatoes are real small, and they don't have much juice in them. One thing we eat a lot of is pineapple and papaya. And how about a special kind of mangoes? Jim?
Apple mangoes. They are very good. They're like awesome. They're not
Yes.
like regular mangoes.
Okay, and they're really big, and they're bright reddish orange, and they are delicious. Kylie Blue and I eat a papaya every day almost, and we split it. Nobody else in the family likes them. So that's our special
They're
treat.
like balloons.
Yeah, they are like balloons, huh?
Miss Bloom, that's her nickname, Kylie Bloom. She ate a whole one.
Her tummy's getting a little fat, huh?
It's almost as fat as mine.
Kylie Blue wants to talk, I think. She's right by the microphone now.
Is your tummy getting fat?
Now she's not talking. Okay. Some of you asked if we get to watch TV.
Yeah.
We do have a TV, but we have two. One American one, and that's what we watch videos on. And one African TV, and that's what we can watch some African TV shows on. James, what is mostly the only thing we watch over here?
Like CNN International, and there's Kenya, KTN, Kenya Television Network, and on KTN there's Steve Urkel on Tuesday nights at 7:30, and on Saturday mornings there's cartoons, but over there they start a lot earlier than here. They start an hour earlier because over here they start at 8:30, and well, the shows that we watch are like Captain Planet and Inspector Gadget, Sonic the Hedgehog, and there's some Kenyan ones that are Kimba the Lion. We don't watch that though. And Adventure Penguins.
They're all kind of silly in a way. Their cartoons here, not near as good. You know, all the TV shows, if they do show them here, are like the ones that maybe were in the United States years ago. So they're all older TV shows. Really, the only thing the boys watch is on Tuesday nights, they watch Steve Urkel, and that's about it. Otherwise, and then Saturday morning cartoons, but just for a little while, but otherwise there's not anything we really like to watch on their TV. So we don't watch TV very much at all. Lucas, can you tell the class, what do we do at night and stuff after we eat dinner and stuff?
Well, we take baths.
What do we often have to do to take a bath?
Boil water because there's barely any hot water.
And so we have to boil water and take it
Upstairs and into the bathroom.
Yeah. What do we usually do after bath time?
We usually like read books.
Okay. Hey, maybe they're reading some of the same books we've read. Would you tell them about the book series that we're reading right now? Because do you think these books would be a great one for Pat to read to the class? Mm-hmm. Okay, tell them what they are.
They're called like magic bicycles, and they're spirit flyers that bikes can fly.
Do you remember who the author is?
John Beebe.
John Beebe. So in case you guys want to get any of those books, how many is in the series?
6.
And they are super good. I think you'd really, really like them. So we usually read a couple chapters in that every night. And that's Miss Blue. Oops, she's attacking our tape recorder. And what else do we do at night? We wrestle. We write a lot of letters, don't we? It seems like we're always writing letters to somebody.
I'm making tapes.
I'm making tapes lately. Every time I turn this off, I forget to turn the speaker thing off. So sorry about that. We put Carly Blue to bed so we can talk a little more in peace, and we want to finish this up. But one of the things that James and Lucas have gotten to do is learn lots of languages, and they don't know them really well, but they've gotten to know lots of words in the languages. And probably the main language is Swahili, Kiswahili. That means it's Kenya Swahili. And they take a Swahili class in their school.
Every Tuesday and Thursday.
Come closer, guys.
Every Wednesday.
Okay, when do you take it, James?
Tuesday and Thursday.
And Lucas?
Wednesday, I'm making up words. Wednesday and... Wait, let me see. It was Wednesday and Tuesday.
Okay. These guys are going to sing you a song that has been the #1 song in Africa for 20 years. Isn't that amazing? And it's a Swahili song. Okay? So they're going to sing it for you, and it has a lot of things that we've learned to say in Swahili. Okay? Here we go.
Jambo, jambo bwana, habari gani, mazuri sana, wageni, biswa, Kenya yetu, aikana maitata.
Is that it?
Yeah.
Okay, who can tell us what it means? Okay, James?
Jambo bwana Jambo is hello. Jambo Buana is hello, sir. Habari Gani is how are you today? Mzuri-san is very good. Wakani is company. Wageni Bishwa. I don't know what Bishwa is, but Kenya Yetu. Kenya, I forget what Yetu is, but Hakuna Matata is no any problem.
Okay. So that's kind of one of the Swahili songs that we sing. Now, another language that we sing in, and we are trying to talk a little bit in, is Gujarati and Hindi. And that's the Indian language of a lot of Indian people over here. And this is one song that we sing in church a lot, okay? You guys ready? Okay, let's get together. Step.
Hallelujah, Stuki Karange. Yesu Chiki Stuki Karange. Hallelujah, 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 hallelujah. Yesu Stuki Karange.
Oh, and that's when we start making up the words, huh?
No.
Okay, I think that's enough of the Gujarati song. We don't have that one down quite as good as the Swahili. What's easier, Swahili or Gujarati?
Swahili.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
Yeah, that one we have.
Everything in Kenya, there's a K for it because it all stands for Kenya.
Okay. Hey, Lucas, would you please tell the class about the garbage situation over here?
Well, people just litter all around, and in one part of this place, there's a sign. It's very funny, and it says "No dumping," and then it's sticked into the soil, and then all around it is all this garbage.
Has
the most garbage in South Sea around it.
Yes.
Yeah.
And how does it smell when we walk by?
I usually say, "Can I come across?"
Because it's pretty stinky on the streets. People do not even think about throwing trash right out the window as they're walking. And so the whole neighborhood is very trashy, pretty much. The whole city pretty much is. Lucas wants to tell you something.
There's people, they're kind of like the street kids, but they're grown-ups, and they're called madmen, and, they get real mad, and they have these hairstyles that are, like, twisted, and they're just really weird. They go, "Bleh, you calm."
There's a lot of kind of crazy people at times in our neighborhood, and like Lucas says, they're madmen. And sometimes it's scary. Some drunk people, and it's like living in, you know, how maybe some of you have gone to downtown LA and seen a lot of the street people. It's kind of like that, only there's just a lot of them. And sadly, a lot of them are children who have no home and no place to go. So they beg for food constantly. What else do the street children do? James, can you sit up and tell us?
Well, they sniff glue
Why do they do that?
because it doesn't make their hunger so grow. So they sniff glue and it makes them act like a 1-year-old.
Yeah, it's kind of like a drug, and it makes them act kind of crazy, but it takes away their hunger pains. It's a sad thing to see. People come to our house begging all the time for shoes, for food. They'll take anything. And they go through our garbage, and so there's just a lot of poor people here. So it's kind of sad, and you have to get a little bit tough towards it, because otherwise it would always break your heart. But we always are giving money to people, and you have to be careful because they'll just come and camp at your doorstep practically if you give them too much. So you can't do it too much. But we have to be careful about that. You know, you guys, a lot of you wrote letters to Mech or asked about Mech, the helper that we have. And you guys, you don't know how important that was to him. He has hardly gotten any mail before. And to get mail now from America on a computer is a very, very big thing. So what you guys did was really special. And I want James and Lucas just to tell you a little bit about Mech, okay? First of all, why do we need a helper? Did we ever have a helper in the United States?
No, because there's no washing machines, and so since we have a baby now, my mom has to take care of the baby, and so Mech, he has to wash like all the clothes.
And that is a giant job. He washes them all in a bucket outside, and it takes him several hours each day. James wants to say something about that.
Well, the reason why we got Mech is because he does some housework and he guards.
Yes. Why do we need a guard?
Because people like to come into our compound and just steal stuff. One time, my bike got taken, but I got it back. And one time, I was at the bike of the end of the street, and our friend Bugs was on the other bike, and Lucas's bike, and he had a hat on, and these kids, they just came and took it off, and these guys, these big guys on our street who like Lucas, they got the hat, and they had a huge knife in their hands, and they put up a fight with those guys who stole the hat.
Yeah. So it is necessary that we have a guard, and that's part of Mech's job too. What's the Swahili word for guard?
Scotty.
That's what he is too, an Scotty. He's also become our good friend, and it's really fun. He lives in that little house back there. It looks like a shack, but to him it's like a mansion. And James and Lucas go out there, and they have special meals with him and everything. And Lucas, can you tell him what happened to Mech not too long ago when we were gone? When his stuff got stolen.
Well, he had like a really fancy radio, and while he was gone, and we were gone too, these people, well, and probably with just one, they took some tapes, but they didn't take the radio.
So we were glad for that. So people do break in and steal stuff.
And
Yeah.
so he put a lock on his door.
Yeah. Okay, we're going to wrap up this tape now because I think we've given you a lot of information. But, Lucas, just kind of in closing, could you tell all the kids that are in Pat's class, why are we even in Africa? We miss our families so bad. We just, we miss so many things about America. Why are we over here in Africa?
Because so we can spread the word of God.
Okay. And do these people know much about Jesus, James?
No, they just bow down to images and Allah.
Yeah, and there's a lot of idols here. And so we are here to tell them about Jesus, and that's why we're here. And we're going to be here for 2 years, and then we'll probably be back, 2.5 years, and then we'll probably be back in the United States. I want James to tell us, what's your hardest thing about being here?
Everything.
Everything, sometimes it seems like it, huh? Is it something to do with family?
Yeah. We always miss them, especially today because it's Sunday. and so then we always have a hollow feeling.
Yeah. And would that be the same for you, Lucas?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we just want to say thanks again for writing all the letters to us. And we're just really thankful that you guys took the time to think about us. And we wanted to get this tape back to you to think about you. So I hope it's helpful and that you'll understand a little more about Africa and our lives here. And if there's any other questions you ever have, feel free to write, okay? And we'd like to keep in touch with all of you guys. We'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.
Let me see. Goodbye. Bye.